Hello, my kings and queens and everything in betweens. Today, I want to make something, so welcome back to my kitchen. I am going to prepare some chicken tamales today. I already soaked my husk for over an hour, so I got that prepped. I have my chicken being boiled right now, so I'm prepping that, and then we'll get started once we have our chicken cooked, because that's when things really start stepping up. Oh, I'll pull all my peppers down and everything else to show you what I use, the lard that I use, yada yada yada. I'll get all that stuff out so we can cook some tamales together. Okay, so while the chicken is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and prep like the chilies and stuff that I need to make. In this pot, it's just water, 3 chicken breasts. I put some chicken bouillon in it and some salt. So I'm gonna let that cook. It's gonna take a little while. And then in a different pan, I'm going to add all of these peppers. I'm just gonna put the name on here. Some onion and some garlic, and I'm gonna boil all of that in the pan for 5 minutes. I got all the peppers in here in this pot with water. I would cut half an onion and put it in there, and then I got garlic. I didn't have garlic cloves, so I just put minced garlic that I had in there. But yeah, we're gonna put that in on the stove for 5 minutes, let it boil. One thing I love about boiling chicken is it just makes it so much easier to work with. Like, it shreds easy, it just falls apart, like you don't have to work. Like, I love boiled chicken. It's just so easy to manage. Okay, so my chicken is done. I have it in the bowl, it's steaming. Listen, I've done my fair share of hand shredding chicken. I can tell you from personal experience, it sucks, okay? So I'm gonna use my trusty hand mixer to shred the chicken up. It saves so much time. They're not very expensive either, so I feel like anybody could afford one of these. My grandfather gave me this, but I'm gonna shred my chicken with this. I still have the boiled chicken broth in here because you're going to use that. So I'm gonna shred the chicken and then start getting the red sauce ready. I keep running out of space on my phone, and this is becoming a real problem. I really want one of those cameras. I might have to like try to Afterpay it or something and try to get one, because this is infuriating when you're trying to film. I do not have a lot of space on my phone because I do have kids and I do have a lot of pictures. I even bought a hard drive and removed a lot of it, and it still takes up all of my space. But anyways, we got our chicken shredded, so we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna start our sauce. So our peppers that we put in the pot earlier with the garlic and onion is boiled. You boil it until it's soft. So now we're going to move those over into a blender. Honestly, don't know what I would do without the Snapchat app if I wanted to record, because it literally saves me almost every time I make a video. Okay, so we're gonna take these peppers and we're going to transfer them over into the blender.
So what you're gonna want to do now?
This is where your broth comes in. We're gonna fill the broth up in here just over the peppers. You don't want too much, but just enough to cover them. Okay, I think that's enough. Alright. And then you're gonna liquefy that sucker. Oh, you want to add like a little bit more salt and chicken bouillon too. It never hurts. Whatever you want. Honestly too, personal preference, I really like to add, well, I don't have any actual chipotles right now, but some chipotle sauce will be fine too. Just personally, to add it to it. So I'm going to add that in there too. right. So now we blend. So we got our sauce set aside, our chicken set aside. I took a minute to clean up the blender and wipe down the cutting board. I'm a clean as I go kind of person when I cook, so I got all of that out of the way. And now we are going to take and go into our lard. We're gonna get a generous amount. And we are going to let that melt down. So we got our lard melted down, and we're gonna start adding our sauce. We want it to simmer for a little bit, and then we'll add our chicken. Okay, so we got our red sauce to a nice simmer. I didn't have the amount of peppers that I would like to have, so it's not like as thick, but that's okay because, I mean, it'll be fine. But we got our nice little simmer going on. So now we are going to add our chicken. I made a little bit of a mess, but it'll be okay. Get it cleaned up after we get this all in here real good. All right, our chicken is looking good. So we're gonna set our chicken aside and start on our masa. Okay, we are getting there. So now we are going to make our masa so that we can wrap our tamales up. I have some lard right here I'm gonna add to this bowl. I didn't really look at how much it was measured to. I just put some in there and called it a day. And I'm going to pour the rest of this bag that I have left in here. Just like so. One thing I didn't do that I wish I would have done was I didn't set aside any of the juice from the red sauce to put into here. And I'm actually gonna try to just steal some. Okay. So we got some of the red sauce for the chicken in here, the lard, and then we're gonna take some of this chicken broth and also add it. One thing I always try to remember when I'm making something that involves any kind of flour is add little, because you can always add more, but you can't take away, right? I'm gonna mix it with my hand, but until I figure out if I have exactly what it is I need, I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit with the spoon. It's a final countdown. We're down to the nitty gritty here. I got my masa down. You want it like a peanut butter consistency. Not me trying to school people on tamales like I know anything. I like it at like a peanut buttery consistency because you are going to be spreading it onto your husk. I soak these, like I said before, over an hour. They are patted dry, and then you want to make sure that you put the masa on the waxy side. These are still a little damp. I'm going to have to dry them off some more though. But I got one here that I've already been working on. You just spread it on there, and you get you a scoop of your meat. However fat you're gonna want your tamales. This is kind of a little baby one, so I don't want to put too much as I put a bunch. And that is going to make, one thing I didn't do with this that I usually do, you're going to want to make sure that like you put a lot around the edges. As you can see, I didn't do there because you don't want it to be like flat, but you're going to want to put it around the edges kind of thicker so that it gives a good layer on your tamale. One thing I wanted to show you guys, I'm super excited about. So my grandfather gave me this pot. I washed it out since we had the chicken in it. He gave me this pot. Last time I made tamales in it, I used like a Pyrex safe glass pie glass, and I put it in there upside down to steam my tamales. But I'm prepared this time. I ordered these in the mail. I gotta figure out which one fits in there. But now I actually have steamers, little steamers. So probably this big one, honestly. But yeah, now I'm actually prepared to have these bad boys in my pot instead of having a jerry rig it. So now we have this neat little steamer that we're gonna add to the pot. I'm super excited about that. I got my first one down. I'm gonna put her in here and I'm gonna wrap these up and then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'm not any kind of expert or anything like that. I'm just here to share what I like to do when I make tamales. They are one of my favorite things to eat, so I did in fact learn how to make them because I love to eat them. It's the final countdown. Want it to be kind of thick. Well, I personally, a lot of people don't like a thick masa, and that's fine. Everybody has a preference when they make them or buy them or what have you. But me personally, I like a lot of it around my chicken. So what is that the white ladies like to say? To each their own. I definitely don't think I have enough masa for the amount of chicken that I have here, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to finish, oh, not the filter. I told you I was using Snapchat. I did not put that on there. But I'm going to finish getting these tamales ready. I'm going to put them all in there and steam them for an hour. I'll show you guys when they're done, and I'll unwrap one for you when it's done also. But I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate when you make it back to my channel. I don't get a lot of views, so the views mean a great deal to me, and I appreciate you stopping in. See you next time.